What's up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF back with another post-game recap as the Lakers fall to the Toronto Raptors. What I got out of this game, guys, is that the Raptors are really good. Now, they weren't 100% healthy, and of course, we're not 100% healthy. We haven't been all season. But I'll tell you what, they've graduated in my mind from pretenders to contenders. From last season, man, you guys remember I was destroying them. I was destroying the crap out of them. I was like, the Raptors are the Clippers of the East. They never change anything. Well, they 360 their team. They added, of course, Kawhi in the offseason. And then, Marc Gasol as well as other veterans, Danny Green. And they look really, really good. So, you can't be mad at the loss. Lakers played hard, but in spurts. For some reason, we've developed this this mentality of losing leads. And then, trailing the whole game, never actually getting the lead. So that's crazy. But you got to appreciate how good the Raptors actually are. And I think they're a dark horse to get out of the East for sure. Not just the East, but I actually believe that the Warriors don't want to see the Toronto Raptors. That's the one team that has experience, championship experience. They have vets. They have a mixture of length, athleticism, defense, and, of course, slashing and shooting. So, that's one of the teams that I believe that the Warriors should be scared of if they get to the finals, right? But that's all I see for the Toronto Raptors. As far as the Lakers go, well, LeBron continues to play well as far as numbers go. KCP is an atrocity. I can't wait till he's off the team. And we really Kuzma hasn't really been himself since all the criticism and everything. Unfortunately, he's kind of like pretty much went in his shell or something. I don't know. Kuzma hasn't been the same since after All-Star break. And as far as Josh Hart goes, I don't know, man. I don't know what's wrong with Josh Hart, but his jumper is just not consistent. He used to hit those wide open mid-range jump shots. Now he's airballing those. Rondo was very sloppy, turned the ball over too much tonight. I really like what Alex Caruso did. I'm curious to see what he could do in a starter role for if I was the head coach, I'd try to give these guys, these no-name players, an opportunity to shine. We really didn't get to see Andre Ingram that much today, but it's just the same old story: turnovers, missed free throws, blah blah blah. But we collect another loss. This now gives us, I think, our 37th loss of the year. So yeah, pretty much we're this close to being eliminated from the playoffs officially. Mentally, we already kind of, as fans, checked out, right? There's 15 games left in the season, and we're pretty much ready to see what lottery pick we're going to get. But yep, that's pretty much it as far as the Lakers go, man. You guys have any questions? Hit me up in the comment section right now. Yep, pretty much Angel, same old, same old. We continue making the same mistakes and stuff. What happened to Reggie Bullock's jump shot? Good question. Not sure. Not sure what happened to his jumper. I don't know. For some reason, they forget that they're shitters when they come to the Lakers. I'm not sure. Hey, what up, T? She said working and didn't watch the game, but seen the score. Yeah, same old story, T. You really didn't miss much. Just pretty much watch a recap of it, and you'll know that we keep making the same mistakes. Lakers had hustle for most of the game, but turnovers, missed open jump shots, slow rotations did damage. But fun game for a lot of it. I agree with that. What's going on, Daniel? Didn't see the game. What happened? I'll tell you what, Lakers girl. Pretty much a summary of every game where we trail the whole game and then we never get to catch up. So that's pretty much what happened. Our defense broke down at times and we play offense in spurts. LeBron played well. Caruso was solid. A couple of role players were solid, but pretty much same old story, missed free throws, turnovers, bad defensive rotations, stuff like that. We don't get out to the jump shooters. They hit wide open threes. They kill us. So yeah, pretty much the same story. But thanks for dropping by. Good to see you, Lakers girl. MJ and Pelinka are sorry GMs. Still, the verdict is all out on them. I wouldn't go in and make my judgment just yet. But you're entitled to your opinion, so I respect that. Then how do we fix this? We got to be patient as fans. Let's see what the next phase is, right? It's kind of like those Marvel movies, right? The last one, it looked like everybody died. But, of course, nobody ever really dies in movies, right? Unless, that's the end and they're not going to do sequels. But same way with the Lakers. The Lakers are dead right now, pretty much. But we're going to come back from the dead next season. And this offseason is a key part of that. We really have to capitalize this offseason. No excuses. If Magic and Rob can't deliver this offseason and Genie, then okay, then we can start talking like you guys are talking right now about getting rid of them. But I understand we're emotional. It's been 6 years, but we have to keep everything in perspective, man. He said LeBron and Caruso, the only ones playing to go to the playoffs. Nobody's playing to go to the playoffs, man. They've mailed it in already. Mentally, you can see that they take possessions off, defensively, especially. And pretty much, yeah, that's it. Raptors win and James loses to the Raptors finally. Raptors to the finals. I can see that. They're my dark horse team for sure. Everybody's talking about the Bucks and about the Celtics and other teams, but I think the Raptors, they are the most well-balanced team, not just to go to the finals, but I believe they'll have a shot at the title as long as they stay healthy. You really want the Lakers to trade LeBron? No, that's exactly. I've been saying the opposite of that. I think the Lakers should keep LeBron for the rest of his 4-year contract, but we'll see. Jan, do you think Luke knows he's gone? Probably. Luke doesn't look very passionate, and he's not really experimenting with young players. Mo Wagner doesn't get the minutes I think he deserves. So, yeah, pretty much it looks like Luke Walton's just trying to get as many wins as he can before he exits. So, yep. Dan, what's going on with my home team? The Lakers, man, we're in disarray. This has been a bad season. Very unexpected turn. You know, it took a dark turn somewhere between trade deadline and now. And we just got to deal with it one day at a time, man. 15 games left, and then we'll be able to cover the Lakers in the offseason. Dan, what do you think of trading LeBron to the Celtics for Tatum, Hayward, and a pick? I mean, yes, anytime you can get young talent in return, that would be great. I don't know about Hayward's contract, but Tatum and a pick would be good for me, but I don't think they're going to do it. Of course not. Like I said before, Kuzma is just a good role player at best, an average scorer that can get hot from time to time, but useless when his shot isn't falling. I don't agree with that, Johnny Cage. The only Lakers that have been consistent all season long has basically been LeBron. Everybody else is young and experienced. The veterans haven't even been consistent, so you can't really say that about Kuz. Kuz still has a lot of potential. He's shown it to us. I mean, he's averaging 18 points per game. You don't accidentally sneeze out 18 points per game in the NBA. You have to have some skill. You have to have some talent for sure. Dan, what are our chances of getting Zion if we lose out the rest of the season? Slim, man. Those lottery odds, I never trust those. A lot of people believe they're rigged, to each his own, but I don't trust the lottery odds. They haven't really worked out very well for us other than, of course, keeping our pick. But as far as winning the top pick, it's been a long time. Right? What was the first overall pick? Quick trivia question. Let's see if you guys know. I already know what it is. Let's just say that he's used to having big games. But what was the first overall pick that we had that actually panned out? Let's see if you guys know. I'm going to test your Lakers knowledge. LOL, us Lakers fans can be as toxic as LeBron camp sometimes. Be patient, guys. I agree with that. James Worthy. There you go. There it is. Big game, James. So it's been a while since we got lucky and won that first overall pick and capitalized on it, right? James Worthy was that guy. We've gotten lucky so very few times in the lottery. So I don't really trust lottery odds, but there's plenty of other draft picks to be had. I mean, there's been so many picks in the past that haven't even went top 5 that have turned out to be stars. So you just never know. But I'm not worried about that right now. Right now, I just want to continue to see young players develop. I want to give players like Andre Ingram, Caruso, guys like that, Jonathan Williams, some playing time. That's what I'm looking at for the rest of the season. I'm done rooting for playoffs because it's not going to happen. This team was too dysfunctional. We had a horrible head coach, so it wasn't going to happen. Dan, you should wear your jacket during the lottery again. Absolutely. I'm actually saving it for the lottery, and hopefully it brings us some luck. So I'll be throwing on the jacket for sure, man. So if you guys have any lucky socks, anything like that, throw it on. We're going to need everything we can get. Dan, we should shut down LeBron out for the rest of the season. Well, we do play back-to-backs. Tomorrow, we're going to play, and I think they set off with back-to-backs. LeBron is going to be out. So I would shut him down personally, but I know LeBron being a competitor or whatever, he doesn't want to be shut down. So he has the final say in that. Dan, it's a shame that no one's trying anymore. If I don't work, I'll get fired. That's why I'm paid to do. I understand that, Lakers for life, absolutely. But there's a difference between trying and trying 100% of the time, right? Even when you're at work, A lot of people, when you look around, they don't try 100% of the time. They try when the boss is looking. I like to put in effort. I'd say 99.9% of the time, but even then, people take breaks in between, and even in work, man, nobody tries 100% of the time. Let's keep it 100%, right? But yeah, I wish that as far as basketball goes, that I wouldn't really see it as a job. I see that more as a joy. You gotta love basketball. Working, you work because you have to. There's a difference. Basketball is basketball. You gotta love it, man. You get paid to do something you love. You travel the world. You meet people. You make new friends. You do all kinds of great stuff. They are privileged to be in the NBA, so they should take advantage of that fully, because you never know. Somebody else could come in and replace you at any moment. Just ask Josh Smith and ask all these guys that took the NBA for granted and felt entitled that are no longer in the NBA, right? So, Dan, Kemba Walker or Jimmy Butler? I'd take size and defense over offense. Much as I love Kemba, Jimmy Butler would be a better fit with the Lakers, especially on the defensive end. That's what we need. Dan, I saw on Twitter where someone showed Jeannie's Insta off of her and Bron, and they look like they're having a good time. I don't believe that trading BS. Yeah, I don't believe that she's going to trade anybody. She doesn't really get involved in basketball, but that was just something that the rumor mill cooked up, and it might be true. Maybe she did get upset that LeBron and Rich Paul leaked those trade rumors. But at least now we know where that's coming from, right? Everybody was blaming Magic and Rob, saying that they don't know how to keep quiet. They didn't leak it. So, according to reports. Dan, you think LeVar's comments will get Lonzo traded over the summer? I hope not. But anything's possible. I've seen it done before with D'Angelo Russell, where he liked the tweet he wasn't supposed to, and I believe that was the straw that broke the camel's back, the final straw. So we'll see. LeBron James just came here for his brand, not the Lakers. To be determined. Again, this is just year one, and we were plagued with so many bad things like that just kept coming our way, from bad coaching to injuries to trade rumors. So hopefully next season we start off with a clean slate, hopefully an improved roster and a better head coach, and we'll see. We'll go from there. But you guys know me, even with coaching, with front offices, with everything, I like to give it some time before I make my final verdict. Right now, the jury's still out on Magic and Rob. I still believe in them, although, it is a little, rebuffing to see these reports about how they chose Michael Beasley over Randall and stuff like that. It doesn't look too good for them. But again, believe half of what you hear, man, and nothing you don't see. So what I'm saying is, till everything comes out to the light and until they have their time. This season, they're on the clock, this offseason. So if they don't do anything this offseason, then for sure we can start talking about firing them or them even stepping down. Sure. But I still expect something to be done this offseason. Dan, is Brandon Ingram's situation like Chris Bosh? Well, I'll tell you what, Gary, from what I heard from Brandon Ingram's situation, they caught it early on, so they're going to try to prevent it from getting to the Chris Bosh stage where, he can't play. He's a liability on the court as far as, he could have a stroke at any moment and stuff like that. So they're going to try to prevent that, and they're trying to eliminate the disease or the virus early on. And hopefully they're able to, man, for Brandon Ingram's sake, if anything, Putting basketball to the side, his health is what's at stake here. And that's more important than any sport, It's bigger than basketball. So hopefully, for the kid's sake, he's a humble young kid, great personality, never causes trouble to nobody. You never hear anything bad about Brandon. So hopefully that karma will come back and get him, that good karma. And, prayers up for Brandon. Dan, which players with expiring contracts do you think the Lakers will re-sign for another one-year contract? Which players with expiring contracts do you think the Lakers? I think your best bet is probably going to be Rondo, just because he's a veteran, even though, he's very controversial so far. As far as his stint here has been half good, half bad. But I think Rondo's your best bet for that. Maybe nobody. Who knows? Dan, I'm ready for the offseason. I got you, man. Keep it locked right here. Offseason, guys, I got a lot of content coming for you guys, just like every summer. Those of you that have been here with me for the past couple of summers, everything I like to drop in the offseason. James Caldwell, thank you, brother. He said, what's good, Dan? Prayers for BI. # you're the best. Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. Yeah, man, definitely. It's no joke, that virus he caught, or whatever you guys want to call it, disease. And I don't like using disease because that sounds terminal. I just like using virus, right? That virus he caught, man, hopefully they're able to exterminate that garbage and he gets better. That young man has a bright future. So hopefully, he gets a lot better. Tyson needs to go. Lance needs to go. I agree. They haven't made any impact since probably the start of the season. Tyson, when we first got him, he helped us for about the first 7 games or so. After that, he went AWOL. It's like his legs gave out on him. And Lance doesn't even get into a rotation, so it's kind of like wasting a roster spot. Sad to say. The media is pro the Lakers. Let's see. Let's read that one. He said most. He said the media is pro the Lakers. How do you figure they are anti-Lakers? They all was clouding to get AD over there. They was Showtime back. They want Showtime back bad. Nah, man, a lot of the media is not pro-Lakers. And I feel like a lot of the mainstream NBA media is definitely not pro-Lakers. I mean, just look at TNT. They're always hating on the Lakers. Stephen A., I felt like he became pro-Lakers because LeBron came over and he was pro-LeBron. But now that LeBron is kind of struggling a little bit more as his injury came through, I feel like he jumped off of that wagon. But Stephen A. tends to do that. He rides a hot hand. That's why I don't really 100% respect his analysis, even though he's a very smart guy. But yeah, Shannon Sharp is a pro-LeBron guy. That's the only reason they came to Lakers. But if you've been a Laker fan, man, if you're not just a LeBron fan that's just joining us, you know that we've gotten a lot of hate from the media. So I don't know what you're talking about, man. He said, my man Stephen A. flip-flop day to day. I agree. Dan, I'd love to sign Clay. It would be a good pickup. I think there's other options that I prefer before him, but I wouldn't complain if we get him. Dan, which players do you think need to go? Players I think need to go. Let's see. KCP for sure. He's number 1 on my list. He's been the sloppiest. You just never know what you're going to get out of him. I don't feel like he has a good attitude. I don't feel like he's good for coaching and definitely not good for mentorship, in my opinion. When he first got here, I thought he was a quiet, humble kid that was up and coming. And, he's had a couple of spats with the coaching staff. And he also, not just that, but tonight he had a play where, somebody was contesting his 3-point shot. And he had Andre Ingram in the corner wide open. And he looked him off and just shot the 3. I don't like that. And he's so inconsistent. So he's my number 1 to go. Everybody else falls in line after that. I'll cover this more in the offseason, guys. I don't want to give away too much right now because we're not going to have any content in the offseason. So those are all topics for conversation to have, in the offseason. I got you guys, though. Dan, do you believe that the front office will keep that pick if we can't trade for AD? If yes, do you go for a higher pick if we get into the top 10 and this draft? We are right now number 11. I'll tell you what, Lewis, anything's possible, man. I don't put nothing out of reach. If the Lakers are fed up with LeVar Ball's antics and they want to trade Lonzo, I can for sure see them package our pick with Lonzo to move up to the top 3 or top 5. I can see that happening, but I hope it doesn't happen because I'm much more of a believer of finding talent in the late lottery picks than moving up and then risking losing a potential all-star in Lonzo plus you missing out on your pick as well. That's a double whammy. I never want that to happen. But yeah, they're gonna have options for sure to work with this summer. They just got to be really, really smart. A lot of national media is just pro LeBron. They sweep his stuff under the rug and blame the young core. I do agree with that, Deshaun. Absolutely, bro. And I don't like it when they do stuff like that, man. I really don't. I think the blame should be spread evenly. Would you trade KCP for KD? Come on, brother. Come on. He's a free agent, first of all. He said, Dan, do you think the NBA will rig the lottery for the Knicks, just like Patrick Ewing? They need to rig the lottery for the Knicks because the Knicks have been horrible for years, and James Dolan is not helping that team out. I think it would be good for the NBA to have the Lakers, the Knicks, the Celtics, the big name, big market franchises back on track all at the same time. It definitely would boost their ratings. So, I mean, you never know. But currently, as it stands, the Knicks, they have the best chances at the number 1 pick regardless. So it wouldn't even look like they rigged it if they did. Did you see Magic and Rob attend the Murray State game to see Ja Morant? Looks like they will package the 10th pick and Lonzo for Ja. See, that's a scenario I could definitely see them doing. But I got to see more of this kid, Ja. I'm I'm not one of those people that just like to look at highlights and base everything off of that. I know what Lonzo brings to this team and how crucial he is. Do I want to give him away for a prospect? I don't think so, man. I think I'd rather see what falls to us, and we keep Lonzo and just pick up whatever falls to us as far as talent goes. I mean, if we drafted Kuzma, we drafted Hart, we've drafted Clarkson late, we've drafted Larry Nance, we've drafted plenty of talent that has helped the Lakers in the past. And even though we traded most of those, we drafted, let's not forget, Julius Randle 7th overall. He should have been a top 3, top 5 pick at least, and he went 7th. So I want this trend to continue of us getting late picks that are good. Even if we end up 11, 12, 13, 14, whatever, I believe we can get somebody. Bobo is another name that comes to mind. I mean, there's plenty of talent in the draft, and we can't be narrow-minded and just want, either Zion or one of the Duke kids. There's plenty of talent out there, and we got to see who's better suited to be in the NBA. Because look, there's always those sleeper kids like Donovan Mitchell. Nobody, played in Louisville. They knew the kid was good, but nobody thought he was going to be this good. And look, he ends up being one of the best players in the draft. He went he went past the 10th pick. So that's what I'm talking about. Lakers just need to be smart with their scouting and don't do anything hasty. Don't go trading, packaging to get somebody that they feel like is going to be a for sure thing, because I don't believe there's anything as a for sure thing. Look, in the past, they said Jalil was a for sure thing. They said that guys like, and I don't want to crap on these kids because the jury's still out, right? They're still young. But they said guys like Markelle Fultz were going to be a for sure, surefire thing to be a star. Nothing's guaranteed in the league, man. Dan, have you seen Mitchell Robinson lately? I have not. I haven't been keeping up with the Knicks. I've been busy working and stuff like that. But Mitchell Robinson is going to be a good player in the league. At the very least, a good player. I won't say great, but I think he's going to be at the very least, good player. Dan, did you fall for that trap that Lonzo is valuable because they lost more without him? His stock has went way up by not playing, and people are talking about him like he's actually a good player. He is a good player, Mark Anthony. I've seen him play his whole career. If you haven't seen him play his whole career, man, you don't know what type of player he is. I saw him playing UCLA. I saw his high school tapes, and I've seen him here with the Lakers. It's only a matter of time for the kid breaks out. The only thing holding him back is his conditioning and health. If he can stay healthy, you will see exactly what type of good player he is. I have seen him. I've watched him every game. And you don't believe he's a good player? I don't know, man. I don't know. He's more than what the stats say, Then I missed the game. Who played well? Pretty much LeBron James and Alex Caruso were the standouts for the Lakers, man. But we didn't even get to 100, so it's tough. Giannis getting the MVP, but Harden the real MVP. I don't agree with that. He said, LOL, you don't know basketball. I mean, he's entitled to his opinion. If he doesn't like Alonzo for whatever reason, but all I know is he's a good player and he has a potential to be a great player, man. Dan, los Lakers necesitan fichar el año que viene. De tres, ¿nos puede decir cuáles tiradores los Lakers pueden fichar el año que viene? Necesitamos DeAndre y Boogie. He's asking me who are the best free agents we should sign. But I'll cover this, bro. I appreciate the question, man. I'll cover this in the offseason because I got to really look into that and see who fits our team and just do my research before I drop any content for you guys. But you guys know every summer I drop mad content, so keep it locked. But thanks for the question, brother. Some people go to YouTube to watch the game. I bet. Why do you do post-game outcomes in the video title? Why do I do post-game outcomes? Because the game's over, man. If you didn't watch the game while it was on, it's basically like SportsCenter, right? If you don't want to see the results, don't tune in to SportsCenter. Pretty much. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but I've been doing this for about 3 years, man, and I have very limited people actually have trouble with me posting the outcomes. But I apologize. I don't want to spoil it for you. But, I mean, coming into the game, you kind of had to know that the Toronto Raptors were going to win this game. Pretty much. Looks like we got some Lonzo lovers in the chat. He said, I I don't know basketball, but I think a point guard who is 45% from the free throw and one that is worse in all shooting percentage is good, right? Man, again, if you're just looking at the numbers, I'm telling you, yeah, you could destroy Lonzo left and right. But that's the equivalent of saying Rondo wasn't a good point guard in his championship run with the Celtics because he wasn't a great shooter. Rondo did so many other things that helped elevate that team to the championship, man. Yeah, he has a flaw, but tell me right now, what point guard doesn't have his flaws? Steph Curry doesn't play defense. I mean, everybody has flaws. Russell Westbrook, his criticism has been that he tries to do too much and sometimes doesn't pass enough. And, he's not consistent from the field. I mean, you can criticize anybody. Kuzma can't shoot anymore. He's in a slump for sure, but I still believe in him, man. I don't give up on young players like that. They go through the little ruts. Brandon Ingram went through his. Lonzo went through his, but they'll rise again. Dan, what do you think about Kuzma's demeanor since coming back off of injury? His demeanor, I don't see anything wrong with his demeanor. I mean, what have you seen that maybe I've missed? Not sure. He said, Dan, what do you think about – he said, who do you like? Who do you think the Los Angeles Lakers head coach next season at Fred Jackson? I'm not sure, man. I'm not sure who. But anybody that's an upgrade from Luke, I will take. I want somebody who's good at player development. I've been saying it all season long. Somebody who can, for sure. How can anybody destroy Ball when he gets better, when he's getting better? Again, man, I feel like a lot of people that criticize him don't really watch him closely. They're just looking at the stats. And the proof of that is because most of the criticism comes from the percentages, right? 45% from the free throw line. Yes, that's atrocious, but that doesn't define the type of player he is. Same thing from beyond the arc and all that stuff, So pretty much, yeah. He said he will improve with time, and the big issue is that LeVar pushed him for a trade to the Suns. I'm not worried about LeVar, man. I think the Lakers will do what's right. Kuzma looks disengaged, Dan. Yeah, but so does pretty much 90% of the roster. At this point, I feel like LeBron is also disengaged. Even though he's playing hard, I feel like it's more to keep up his stats. But I think he knows the season's over, honestly. Why are you hating Lonzo? He's only been in the league 2 years. Give him a chance later. Absolutely. Tell him, Laker girl. I never like to judge players in their, not even in the third year. I always say wait till their fourth, fifth year. Look with Julius and D'Angelo and all these guys that were criticized heavily, making their marks in the league. Same thing's going to happen for your boy Zubats. He's starting to play really well. So, He said, do you live with your parents? Nah, man, I wish. I don't take the time I spent with my mom. By the way, I was raised by a single parent. By my mom, the time I spent with her, I don't take it for granted, man. She currently lives in Iowa, so no, I don't live with my parents. But I don't see nothing wrong. There's a lot of people out here that live with their parents, and you don't have to criticize them. A lot of it's for situation. A lot of it's because they love their parents. And in my case, when I lived with my mom, it's because I was taking care of her, man, and, I didn't want her to be alone. So, yep. How does your girlfriend and you fit in the twin bed? Oh, man, you don't want to know, bro. You don't want to know. Poverty, man. And it's not a twin bed, actually. It's actually one of those foldable couches, man. Then I got the coach, Van Gundy, the guy who coached the Knicks. He wouldn't be bad. I just think he's kind of a hypocrite because sometimes he talks really bad about the Lakers. But, yep. Dan, I used to live in Iowa. Cold out there, isn't it? I've never been to it, honestly. But, yeah, my mom got married. She moved out there. And she still misses Cali. It's funny. Every time I pick her up from the airport, the first place I always take her to is In-N-Out Burger. She always tells me how much she misses those burgers. So, that's how you know In-N-Out is good. A lot of people think it's overrated. It's my go-to. And I love the price, too. The price is good. TMI, Dan. It is what it is, man. We keep it open over here, brother. Keep it open. Mark Jackson. In-N-Out is the best. It is if you live in Cali. And I've heard some people claim that their food chain from their hometown is better, but I've never tried it, so I can't really say. As far as Cali goes, love In-N-Out. He said, I love original Tommy's too. Tommy's pretty bomb. Dan, would you start a riot if Magic hired Ty Lue as a head coach? I would not start a riot because I would want to give him a chance and I want to see what he's got, but it wouldn't be a good look. It looks like LeBron's running the team at that point. At this point, the further we drop in the standings, the better. Yeah, some people feel that way. I agree. But I'm going to leave the tanking to the basketball gods. I don't want to stress out over that. I don't want to stress out over tanking. If they win, they win. If they lose, they lose. So be it. At this point, I just want us to get the little victories out. Dan, you cool with Luke coming back for another year? Absolutely not. He must be fired as soon as the season ends. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate you guys, man. Much love, Laker Nation. Keep it locked right here. Everything Lakers play tomorrow, so I got you guys pre-game, post-game, all that good stuff. Hopefully, we continue to grow. That's all we can ask. Young players continue to grow, and hopefully we give, everybody opportunities to shine, including Andre Ingram. So we'll see what happens. But anyways, guys, I want to wish you guys have a good night, man. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good night.